It's also in the ultimatum. If you ever saw that.
I've seen that shit.
You like
Oh
it?
my god! It's going down for real. So you don't remember this game?
No, I don't think I
Hailey Scott is the newest Descendant to be added to the First Descendant. She is a chill, singular / dimensional user specializing in bossing and commander deletion. The focus of this video will be on Hailey's bossing capabilities, as is the best thing she can do, but I will provide a framework for a potential mobbing build later in the video. Before we begin, there are two very important things you need to know before you start building this Descendant. 1. You do not need to build in a skill power modifier, as her modifier is already through the roof. And 2. Much like Lepic, the weapon you have equipped before you pull out your Zenith Sniper, which is your 4, will greatly impact its damage and capabilities. The weapons I recommend using in tandem with Hailey are sniper rifles. These weapons have a high base damage, which is the number your 4 will scale off of. The sniper I'll be using in this video is an Afterglow sword, as it's the only sniper I have built currently, and it's probably going to be the only sniper I ever build, to be honest. For the sniper rifle itself, you'll want to build in a firearm attack, weak point damage, and magazine size. A larger magazine equals more shots for your 4th ability, and the more shots you have in your 4th ability and the more shots you use for your 4th ability, the faster the cooldown will be. Moving on to the mods for the Descendant herself, I will discuss the mods I believe are the best for Hailey, her bossing setup, as well as some alternatives you could use depending on the situation you find yourself in. To begin, I am using both emergency measures and frontlines. These mods give you an increased crit chance and crit damage. While Hailey's 3rd ability does provide a huge amount of crit chance, I believe these mods are pretty suiting as they can bring you even closer to 100%. Next, I have an increased HP for survivability, Dangerous Ambush for extra skill power when attacking immobilized enemies such as Colossi, which is what you're going to be finding 90% of the time on this character, Glacial Syntheseum for the slight increase in chill power, Skill Concentration for the increase in crit damage, a Shot Focus to increase the damage your 4th ability does, while sacrificing a little bit of that ginormous skill power modifier that she naturally has, Nimble Fingers for the cooldown reduction, Time Distribution for the reduction in cooldown, as well as a slight increase in your maximum HP, which she desperately needs. Front lines, we already talked about that one, we can move on. Focus on Chill, while it does provide slightly less chill power than the standard blue mod, it does also have a bonus of cooldown, which is nice. Depending on the situation you find yourself in, you could potentially swap out Dangerous Ambush for something like HP/MP Collector, or even Walk a Tightrope. HP Collector can help you stay in the fight a little longer, while MP Collector can let you spam your abilities a little more often. Time Distribution could be swapped out for a mod that provides more survivability like Stim Accelerant or HP Amplification. The reason I say this is because Hailey's base defense is naturally abysmal. It is so low that I don't believe it's even worth building into. So double dipping into health mods is definitely the route you want to go. For the reactor, you're going to want to pick a chill singular reactor, no surprise there. You also want to try and aim for an ultimate reactor that has a sniper mount, such as the one on screen. It's for an Afterglow sword mounting, and provides critical hit damage as a bonus stat. The other bonus stat you would want is damage to Colossi, however if you can only get one of the two, that should work just fine. Also, very important to note, you need to have your sniper rifle in your hands before you pull out your 4th ability to take advantage of this. For your external components, you're going to be running the full Slayer set, surprise surprise. You are using the full set for the 26% increase to skill power. These sub rolls on these don't really matter, it's just whatever you prefer. Ones I personally recommend are maximum HP, max MP, and MP recovery in combat. As promised, here's a look at my mobbing build for Hailey. This is what I've come up with so far. It's just experimental, but essentially it lowers your cooldown of your 1 down to 1.5 seconds, and you kind of just spam it along with your 3, keeping 16 stacks pretty much at all times, with MP Collector giving you power back. She is definitely not a mobbing Descendant, however, I was able to make it work pretty well in the Sterile Land Special Operations, all the way till up about wave 8. I also tried to do this in an operation and it did not go very well for me, so I would just advise keeping her only to doing a bossing setup. Anyways, this has been my build for Hailey. She's definitely top tier when it comes to bossing, but lower in the pack in terms of mobbing. However, how good she is at bossing, I think that's more than a fair trade-off. At the moment, Hailey does not have any Transcendent mods, but I'm sure once she does get those, it will make her a million times better than she already is. She is without a doubt the best bosser in the game, and if you're doing any sort of boss farming, you need to have her.